problem with stay-at-home mom culture in our country. Men think that women should be thankful.
So today's video, we're going to be talking about how most of these men actually believe or think that women owe them. I'll be sharing some few stitches with you guys to see what some of this lady have to say concerning some things that some men actually want, like they want it as if the women actually owe them, and some things that they do that at the end of the day is a red flag if you are vigilant enough. So guys, I would like to share these stitches with you all now. When we are done watching, let's come back together to talk about it.
They get to be stay-at-home moms, that they should not ask for anything in return. They should not ask for their partner to participate in the home. They shouldn't ask for their partner to compensate them in some way. And today, a lovely man named Jesse slid into my DMs with a voice note and said this.
Now I know you have to be either doing this for views or something, because you have to be a complete moron. If a man works his 40, 50, 60 hours a week to provide for you, there's things you're supposed to do. Because you're born millennial and you think half and half, why don't you go out there and do work? Go out there, get yourself a blue-collar job, do the work, bring home, $4 grand, $5 grand a month, and do that. You are supposed to watch the kids. You are supposed to do certain things. Wash the dishes, cook, clean, make a house for a man to want to come home to. Just because you had his children does not mean you can hold that over his head and do such things. You're ridiculous, man. That's why I came to here to leave this. No, I just hope to God this is for views, and that's not how you actually think. You have a great day, man.
I hate to burst Jesse's little bubble, but I'm a full-time working mom, okay? I bring home well over $5,000 a month, which must really hurt his ego, but I do because I have a very good job and I've worked really hard in my career to get here. And here's the thing, my husband, this doesn't hurt his ego because he's a real man who's confident in himself and understands that I am not his property. I am not there to do his bidding. He is.
Well, for me, the voice note that man sent, I don't think he actually mean harm. Like, he's saying that the men actually go out there, work, then the woman is supposed to do all the house chores, maybe be at home all day. Yeah, maybe he needs it in the right way. Maybe the way he's saying it is somehow, but I don't know. Let's watch the remaining part of the stitches.
My partner, we are in this together, and men like Jesse are living in an alternate universe where they think women don't work full time and that they are owed women's time. Here's the thing, Jesse, women don't want to marry men like you. Women don't want to cater to men like you. I'm sorry, they just don't. And so no, I'm not doing this for views. I really do think this way. I do think that men should do the dishes and that women can go out and earn an income. And even if they don't, even if they are a full-time stay-at-home mom, it is not their job to cater to their husband. They are a mom who stays at home to care for children. It's not her job to be your housekeeper or your professional chef. That is not what she's there for. She's your partner. She's not your hired help, okay? Women deserve to be compensated for their time. Women's time is valuable. I know that hurts you, Jesse, but it really is.
Honestly, in most African homes, a lot of us can testify to this. For those of us that are from Africa, we can testify to the fact that most of the home chores is being done by the women. It's not something that they usually argue about. Although these days a lot of women want the husband to be supportive when it comes to home chores, but not like, oh, because I'm a woman, I go out there to work, so you two have to do home chores. No, I don't think that is how it is here. Although no woman will not be happy when the husband supports, but saying that the man, he's supposed to go and wash the dishes, he's supposed to do this, supposed to do that, I don't really know how that sits, but it is good for a man to be supportive. In fact, like she said, partnership. You support me, I support you. Like most of these women who talk about this are actually women who support in a larger scale. Like she said, she bring home money monthly, she work as well, so that alone will not make it easy for her to now come back and start doing home chores.
You know, there's one huge red flag when it comes to dating that I don't think enough people talk about. And that to me is men who come to you and they're already in need of your resources. You just met this man and all of a sudden he's telling you about how his roommates are doing this and that, and he might need a place to stay real soon, and he may have to stay with you. I just met you, sir. A man who already is looking at your pockets, might need money, might need to borrow money, and you've only been dating him for a short amount of time, might need to borrow your car for a little bit because his is acting up or in the shop. A man who just met you and already has his eyes on something that you have might be using you. Some men aren't looking for love, they're looking for help, and they're also looking to get access to your resources. If you ever want to know if a man's intentions towards you are pure, test him. When in doubt, try him out, okay? Tell him no. If you feel like he's using you for your body, tell him, you don't feel comfortable having sex right now, so you're going to have to cut it off. And see if the romantic relationship is still being pursued. Tell him you can't let him borrow your car anymore, that you can't let him borrow any money anymore, that he can't stay with you. When you tell a man no, then you get to see what he's really made of. Because if he's truly interested in you, wanting to get to know you, wanting to be with you, that shouldn't be a deal breaker. But if you don't want a man who only wants to be with you as long as you're telling yes to everything he wants from you, as long as you're giving him everything that he wants, as long as he's able to overstep the boundaries. No, you need to be able to tell him no and then take a step back and see how he reacts. If the calls start slowing down, if all the good morning, beautiful texts start to dry up, okay, if your phone is dry all of a sudden and you're like, he was bringing my phone up, then you realize he was using the relationship to get other things from you. Some men know that you want to be in a relationship so bad, they will test to see how desperate you are by asking you for more and more and more as early as possible. A man who wants to be with you, a man who wants to provide for you, eventually, he won't feel comfortable asking you for anything up front. He would rather struggle. He would rather use his last couple of dollars to take you out on a date. He would rather do all those things to keep having to ask you and have you think for even a millisecond that he's trying to use you. But a man who's asking you for all kinds of things when you just met him, he's testing you. He wants to see how desperate you are. He will see how far you will let him go. It's how low can you go? It's the relationship limbo. He wants to know, will you let me have your car? Can I borrow your car? Okay, great. My phone's about to get cut off and I don't want to not be able to call you. Can you help me with the phone bill? Like when he starts asking you for stuff like that early on, he's testing you to see your level of desperation. Tell him no, okay? Cut him off with a quickness if you have any doubt. Like I said, when in doubt, try him out.
Talking about how some of these guys actually behave, like you just met someone not too long, you start asking for money as a guy. You start asking her for financial support. Then if she doesn't give you, then you go angry. Like that is a red flag on its own. Just like the lady said, it's actually a red flag. It's not like it's bad for a man to ask his woman for help, but not when you just met her. It only shows that you came to dig good where there is none as a man. So I think what she said is actually correct. But one thing I don't completely agree with is that the man will use his last kobo to take you out just to make you feel happy. Yes, some of them do it, but it's not something that the man is under obligation to do as well. Just as the woman doesn't owe the man anything, I think they both don't owe themselves anything. Especially when you just met him, the next thing you started asking for money. Is that time you will know that you have a contract and you need money to execute it, blah blah blah. A lot of these fake lies and some stories that some of these men. The truth is, if you are vigilant enough as a lady, you will know and see all of those red flags. And the man might be doing all of that to know if you are actually desperate. Maybe he asks you for money. You just met, the next thing he's asking you for money, maybe to execute one unknown contract. Then you run to give him the money. Tomorrow he asks you for this, that because you can afford it, you give him. He might actually think you are desperate, even when you might just be a nice person who really wants to help. But he will read it to see that you are a desperate person. So you have to be very careful. So this is all about this video, guys. I'd like to know your opinion. What do you think? Do you think what this lady actually mentioned is a red flag? And for the first woman who talked about men who ask who think women owe them. What do you think about what she said? Is she actually right? So guys, I'd like you all to share your opinion right here in the comment section. And if you watched me up to this very moment and you are yet to subscribe, I honestly don't know what you're waiting for. Please do subscribe, give my video a thumbs up, and if it's possible, turn on the notification bell so that anytime I post a video, you will see it. I am Tracy, and right now I'm going to be signing out. See you guys in my next video. Bye.